Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Promoted Sandra. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to cut and sew this stylish A-shaped gown with a side lacing and also with a giggle sleeve. The picture at the side is the inspiration and the one I am putting on is the one I recreated. If this is something you're interested in, then keep up watching. Don't forget to like, comment and share. This is the fabric I'm going to be using. It is called Duchess. You are going to be needing about 3 yards or 4 yards of Duchess to recreate this style depending on how big or small you are. The first thing I want to do is to draft the pattern for this gown. So I'm going to be marking a straight line across my pattern. This line is going to be serving as the starting line. Then I'm going to place my tape on this side of my pattern. I will mark 2 inches inward from the start to the end. I'm going to be using this pattern to cut out both the front and the back part. So I'll just go ahead and connect the points together like this. Once I'm done connecting it together, I'll go ahead and fold it in. This is going to be serving as the zipper allowance. So after folding it in, I will place my tape on the shoulder line. I will mark my chest line. To get your chest line, divide your round armhole by 2, mark it. Still placing my tape on the shoulder, I will mark my bust point, under bust, and my half length, which is 70 inches. After marking it, I'll go ahead and connect a straight line across like this. So once I'm done connecting it, I'm going to place my tape on the waistline. I marked my hip point. It is not necessary, okay? Just ignore this part. Then I'm going to place my tape on the shoulder line. I will mark the full length of this gown. So the full length is going to be 59 inches. I will mark 59 inches. I will add 1 inch for hemi allowance. That is going to make it a total of 60. Then I'll go ahead and connect a straight line across like this. So after marking it, I'll just go ahead and cut out the excess fabric around the down part. So I'm going to label this. This is the shoulder, the chest line, bust point, under bust, waistline. This one was the hip line, ignore it, and this is the full length. So I'm going to place my tape on the shoulder line. I will mark the width of the neckline I want to use. I marked 3.4 inches. Then for the depth, I'm going to mark 1 inch for the back neckline. Then I'll go ahead and connect the points together like this. For the front neckline, I'm going to place my tape on the shoulder line. I will mark 4 inches downward. That is how deep I want the round neckline to be. Then I'll go ahead and connect it like this. So I'll place my tape on the shoulder line. I will mark half of my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. I will place my tape on that point and mark 1.7 inches for shoulder slope. Then I'll connect it to the neck width. I will place my tape on the chest line, mark half of my shoulder measurement and connect it together. So I'm going to place my tape on this line and mark. I will fold my tape into 2 and mark the midpoint. After marking it, I'll place my tape on that point. I'll mark half inch inward. I will place my tape on the chest line. I will divide my bust by 4. I will mark it, which is 11 inches. Then I'll go ahead and connect the points together. So I will remark the shoulder slope like this. I will place my tape on the waistline. I will divide my waist measurement by 4. I will mark it. Then I'll connect a slant line to the chest line. So I'm going to place my tape on the bust point line. I will mark half of my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4.025. I will mark it from the chest line to the full length of the gown like this. After marking it, I'll go ahead and connect a straight line like this, okay? I'll connect the points together. After connecting it, NEPA, I will just go ahead and use my marker to remark it for it to be more visible. I'm going to be using Princess Dart bustier for this gown. To mark your Princess Dart, place your French curve like this and connect it to your armhole midpoint. Then place your tape on that midpoint line and come down by 1 inch like this. Then go ahead and connect it to your chest line using your French curve. Just place your French curve like this and connect it like this. So after connecting it, you are going to place your tape on this armhole point, extend it by 1 inch. Okay, that 1 inch you minus, extend it by that 1 inch, then connect it like this. Then after connecting it, go ahead and reconnect your round armhole like this. Okay, just the down part. So we are going to be cutting out this part. I will place my tape on the waistline. I'm going to be marking the waist dart. I will mark half inch on both sides as the waist dart. Then I'll place my tape on the bust point line. I will come down by 1 inch. Then I'll place my tape on the waistline. I'll mark 6 inches downward. Then I'll go ahead and mark a slant line from there to the waist and from the waist to the 6 inches I marked downward. So I'm going to place my tape on the full length of the gown. I'm going to divide my hip by 4. I will mark it. After marking it, I'll just go ahead and connect the point from the waistline to that point. Then I'll go ahead and add 2 inches for journey allowance and ease allowance. So on the waistline, I will measure the dart I took, which is 1 inch. I will add it. Then I will come to the hip line. I added extra 3 inches. Please ignore this part. Then I will come to the down part. I will add 3 inches. I will add another 3 inches again for journey allowance and ease allowance and the A shape around the down. So I'll go ahead and mark a slant line from the chest line to the waistline. And from the waistline, please make use of a straight ruler to connect from there to the hem of the gown direct. Don't connect from your waistline to your hip line, there from your hip line to the hem line, just like as I'm doing. No, don't do that, okay? Don't do that because you're going to be seeing something like curve around the hip area. To avoid that, this is just me trying to blend it in, but last, it was still showing on my dress. So just go ahead and mark a slant line from the waist straight down to the full length of the gown. So once you are done, go ahead and cut it out, just like as you can see me doing. Now, when you want to make this kind of dress, there are two methods to making this type of dress. There's a method that you will use like 6 pieces design. There's a method that you have to just cut it straight around this nipple to nipple line we cut open. So the method I'm going to be using is the straight method. So I'm going to fold my fabric into two, then place the center front. I will pin it down. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. On the side, I added 1/2 inch for journey allowance. But if you want to use the 6 pieces method, you are not going to be cutting it like this. However, I'm going to be making a separate tutorial teaching you guys how to cut that method. Still the same style but different method. So I've gone ahead to cut it out. I added 1/2 inch at the side where I'm going to be joining for journey allowance. So once I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and remove the pattern paper so that I can cut out the back part. So I'll remove the front pattern paper. So after removing it, I will just go ahead and replace this dart I cut out around the armhole area. Please make sure you do not throw it away. Then after replacing it back, I will use my seal tape to seal it down. So once I'm done sealing it down, I'll go ahead and cut out this extension I made around the armhole, this part here. I'll go ahead and cut it out. It is not needed. Then I'm going to be cutting this part open like this. So we are not going to be sewing any dart around the armhole for the back because the back we do not have bust around there. So I'll go ahead and open up the zipper allowance like this. Then I will make the waistline more visible using my marker. On the waistline, I will go up by 0.75 inches. I will come down by 0.75 inches. Then I will join my pattern paper together like this. After joining it, I'll go ahead and mark a slant line from this 0.75 inches I marked downward and also upward. I will connect it, then extend the line to the zipper allowance. So I'm going to use my seal tape to seal this part down so that I can go ahead and cut it like this. Don't cut out everything, just cut it close to the edge. So after cutting it, I will remove the seal tape like this. I will remove the second one like this, okay? Then I'll go ahead and use this down part to close the dart, okay, we marked, which is the upper line. I'll just go ahead and seal it down with a seal tape. So I'll also go ahead and use this one to close this other one. So by so doing, we have gone ahead to eliminate zip budge. So this is the first one. Then the second one we are going to be doing is to place our tape on this zip allowance line. I will mark 1/2 inch inward. From that 1/2 inch, I'm going to be marking a slant line towards the up like this. Then from there, I will mark a slant line towards the down. There is no special measurement for that. There says the light again. So I will place my tape on the zipper allowance line. I will mark 1 inch from the start to the end for zipper allowance. I will just extend this neckline to the back. Then I'll go ahead and connect the points together like this, okay? So add 1 inch for your zipper allowance. Once you are done connecting it, go ahead and cut out the excess like this. Once I'm done cutting out the excess, I'm going to fold my fabric into two. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out, just like as you can see me doing. Around the shoulder of the back, I added 1/2 inch for journey allowance. Around the neckline, I added 1/2 inch for journey allowance. Then around the side, I added 1/2 inch for journey allowance, just like as you can see. So once I was done, the next thing I want to do is to mark where I'm going to be sewing my belt hole on. So I marked one line around the waistline. From the waistline, I went up by 1.5 inches. I marked it. Then I went up again with another 1.5 inches. I marked it. From the waistline, I marked 1.5 inches downward. Then another 1.5 inches downward. That is going to make it a total of 5 belt hole. We are going to be, is it belt hole they call it? We are going to be adding. Okay, just go ahead and mark how you want yours to be. So I'm just repeating it on the other side like this. So once I'm done, I will just go ahead and remove the pattern and cut out the neckline for the front, okay, on my pattern. So I'll go ahead and fold in the zipper allowance and cut it out. After cutting it, I will bring the front fabric. I will cut out the neckline for the front. You know, we didn't cut out the neckline for the front before. So after cutting it out, I will remove it. So I'm going to be placing my tape on the shoulder line. I will mark my half length, which is 17 inches. From there, I'm going to mark 1.5 inches upward. That is where I'm going to be adding my loop. It is called loop. Then I'll mark another 1.5 inches upward. From the waist, I'll mark 1.5 inches downward. Then I'll mark another 1.5 inches downward, just like as we did for the back. So I'll go ahead and notch it so that if I want to add the loop, I will know where I'm going to be adding it. Then I will bring the side front like this. I will place it on the center front. I will just go ahead and use my ruler to extend the lines to this other side, okay, like this, using my chalk. So I've gone ahead to cut out this piece of fabric. I'm going to take this to the same machine. I will fold it like this. Then I'll further go ahead and fold it like this. Then fold it into two again like this. So I will go ahead and sew it from the start to the end. Just take your time and sew it. So I've gone ahead to sew it. After sewing it, I'm going to measure 2.025, which is known as quarter inch. I'll just go ahead and cut it out. I'm going to be cutting out about 20 pieces because the loop channels I added on the side of the front is 5. So 5 times 2 for the front is 10, then 10 for the back, that is 20. So I wanted to cut out 20 pieces. Now I'm just going to bring my fabric like this. I'll go ahead and fold the loop into two. After folding it into two, I'm going to pin it on the side of my dress like this, on the center front. You can also pin it on the side front, anywhere you want to pin it. So this is just me pinning mine on the center front. Fold it into two. Then the part that is open is going to be facing the side where you are going to be joining to the other side. So after facing it, I will also go ahead and face this other side like this. You might not really see how it look like because of the color of the fabric. So I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and stitch it down like this. I will stitch this other side. I will do the same thing for the back. So guys, after I was done stitching it, I'll go ahead and place the side on it like this, right side facing each other. Then I'll go ahead and align the points, like the points where I notch, where I'm going to be facing the loop. I will align it. After aligning it, I will pin it down like this. Then from there, I will just pin it to the armhole area. Then I will pin it to the hem of the gown like this. After pinning it, I'll go ahead and sew it down with half inch from the armhole to the hem of the gown. I will do the same thing for the other side, and I will also do the same thing for the back. So I've gone ahead to sew it, as you can see, and I also went ahead to sew the back, as you can see. So what I'm going to be doing now is to place the two together, right side facing each other like this. Then I'll go ahead and pin it down from the neckline to the hem of the gown. Once I'm done pinning it, I'm going to place my zip on it like this and measure where I want the zip to stop. So I'll just mark it. From there, I'm going to place my tape on that point and mark 1 inch to the hem. Then I'll connect the points together. I will take this to the same machine. I'll go ahead and sew from here to the hem. Once I'm done sewing it, I will sew the zip on it. As you can see, I've gone ahead to sew the zip on it. So I'm going to be placing the right side of the front on the back like this. I will pin the shoulder together like this. After pinning it, I'll go ahead and sew it down with half inch. Then I'll go ahead and pin the sides together, okay, from the armhole to the hem of the gown. After pinning it together, I'll go ahead and shaping it with 1 inch. I'll just mark 1 inch downward. After marking it, I'll go ahead and connect the points together like this. So once I'm done connecting the points, I will just take this to the same machine and start sewing it. So I'll just mark a line here. From that line, I'll go ahead and sew it downward. I will do the same thing for the other side. So guys, I'm done sewing it. The next thing I want to do is to go ahead and fold the hem of the gown. So I will take it to the same machine and fold it with half inch and fold it again with another half inch, then sew it round. So guys, I have gone ahead to sew it. The next thing I am going to be doing is to cut out the sleeve for this gown. So I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into 4, which will be enough for me to cut out the wideness and the length of the sleeve. So I will place my sleeve pattern on it and pin it down. I already have a well detailed tutorial on how to draft your sleeve. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and measure the round armhole of my gown. So go ahead and measure the round armhole of your gown. So whatever total measurement you get, divide it by 2. Then I will place my tape at the tip here like this. I will mark what I got divided by 2, which is 13. I will mark it like this. I will extend this line to this point here. Then I will place my tape on the top of the sleeve pattern. I will mark 26 inches for the length of the sleeve, 25 inches for the main length, while 1 inch for folding allowance. So I will connect a straight line. On this line, I'm going to mark 11 inches. That is how wide the down is going to be. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. I forgot to add half inch around the armhole area for journey allowance, so I will just add it around the down part like this. So after remove the sleeve pattern, I will notch the middle. I will take this to the sewing machine. I'll go ahead and fold the hem with half inch, then fold it again with half inch. I'll go ahead and sew it. I'll do the same thing for the other side. So guys, after I was done sewing it, I wanted to sew it to my gown. Then I also wanted to shaping the side. I just sew it with 1 inch downward. Now I'm going to be adding elastic to the hem of the sleeve. To do that, go ahead and take your wrist measurement. So mine is 8 inches. I'm going to minus 1.5 inches away from that 8. That is going to give me a total of 6.5. I will measure 6.5 on my elastic, and I'm going to be cutting out 2 pieces. So I'll go ahead and use you can use your safety pin or whatever pin you want to use to insert your elastic. Insert it inside. Then I'll go ahead and pin it here so that it will not enter inside the hole. Then I will just go ahead and pass it out like this. After passing it out, I will take this to the sewing machine and stitch it down. Then I will close it and stitch it. After I was done sewing it, I wanted to iron out the gown, and this is how it looked like on my body. As you can see, this is the side lacing. I wanted to sew this stripe to lace the side. Just go ahead and sew something that is going to be very long, and there's nobody at home to help me zip the gown, so I can't show the back part of my gown. So this is the front. As you can see, if this tutorial was helpful, please go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on post notification.